Hello coin lovers and collectors around the world. Welcome back to the channel where we see coin in history, the 1977 $1 coin from the United States of America, commonly referred to as the Eisenhower dollar, named after President Dwight D. Eisenhower, stands as a bold symbol of American political identity, economic intention, and artistic expression. Produced in a time when the nation sought to reaffirm its global strength during the Cold War and commemorate national legacy. Although the American coinage does not officially bear the inscription Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, these foundational ideals, deeply rooted in the French Revolution and later adopted universally as symbols of democratic principles, align closely with the values implicitly represented by U.S. currency. The phrase e pluribus unum, out of many, one, engraved on the coin, resonates in spirit with liberty, equality, fraternity, reflecting unity, shared identity, and collective freedom among diverse peoples. The 1977 Eisenhower dollar features a robust profile of President Eisenhower on the obverse. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the 10th chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, whose work contributed to the modernization of coin artistry in the 20th century, behind this portrait lies more than a military general and statesman. It reflects the American belief in strong leadership, post-war recovery, and civic stability. The reverse, which showcases the image of an American bald eagle landing on the moon, its talons gripping an olive branch. Modeled after the Apollo 11 mission insignia, transforms the coin into a monument of technological progress, peace-seeking diplomacy, and cosmic ambition. This was not mere currency but a circulating tribute to the United States' lunar achievement and Cold War supremacy in space exploration. In this symbolic sense, the eagle, a token of American sovereignty, echoes fraternity through its protective stance, Égalité in its democratic national symbolism, and Liberté through the expansive open sky and space it inhabits. Though the inscription, Republic, and the name Le Griffel do not appear on any genuine American coin, their mention can be interpreted in a conceptual or allegorical manner. Claude Le Griffel, a renowned French sculptor and coin designer, worked for the Monnaie de Paris and was known for injecting French coins with profound humanistic values. His stylistic legacy, refined classical figures, detailed engravings, and thematic depth, stands in artistic contrast but ideological harmony with American coin designers like Gasparo. If one were to imagine a Republic and Le Griffel presence on a U.S. dollar, it would symbolize a fusion of transatlantic artistic philosophy, merging French revolutionary values with American democratic heritage. Two nations historically bound by mutual ideals of freedom, the hypothetical inclusion of Republic on the 1977 U.S. dollar would highlight America's republican form of government, ruled by elected officials and representation contrasted against monarchic systems, much like post-revolutionary France. Thus, the symbolic invocation of the French Republican motto on an American dollar encourages a comparative meditation on democracy's evolution, citizen identity, and social contract in both nations. From coin to canvas, this speculative hybrid emblem is Eisenhower's strength. The eagle's flight and the philosophical triad of liberty, equality, fraternity becomes a numismatic dialogue across cultures. Furthermore, the metallic composition of the 1977 Eisenhower dollar, mostly a copper nickel-clad version used in circulation, reflects industrial moving away from precious metals like silver that once dominated earlier coinage, signaling a shift in U.S. monetary policy and economic strategy post-1965. Yet the limited silver collector's editions minted in San Francisco, designated by the S-Mint mark, retained a 40% silver content, aimed at preserving tradition and appealing to collectors. This duality, utility versus tradition, parallels the philosophical struggle between egalitarianism and elitism, function and art, mass production and individual craftsmanship. Much like how the Republic balances the people's voice with structured governance, the minting of such coins was not merely economic, it was educational and commemorative, turning every dollar into a tactile archive of ideology and heritage. Coin collectors, historians, and artists alike view this particular issue as the final large-sized circulating dollar coin before the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar replaced it in 1979, marking the end of an era and the beginning of new representations of liberty, this time personified by a pioneering woman, emphasizing gender equality, another form of ego. From a socio-political lens, 1977 was a transitional year in American politics post-Vietnam, post-Watergate, with President Jimmy Carter having just entered office. The U.S. was in the midst of redefining itself, both domestically and internationally. In this atmosphere, coins like the Eisenhower dollar carried a subconscious weight of national reassurance, stability, and honor toward leaders who embodied American virtue. When contextualized with the tricolor spirit of Liberté, Fraternité, we can interpret the coin's imagery as an emblem of aspirational justice, liberty represented by Eisenhower's military liberation of Europe, equality by the moon landing as a unifying human endeavor, and fraternity by the olive branch symbolizing global peace. The inscription "In God We Trust" adds a theological dimension, contrasting with France's strict secularism, but again reinforcing shared moral anchors within each republic's public philosophy. In summary, while no 1977 US $1 coin explicitly bears the French motto or the artistic fingerprint of Le Griffel, this imaginative fusion of iconographies, ideals, and artistic minds bridges cultural and historical gaps. Offering a philosophical commentary on currency as a mirror of civilization, the Eisenhower dollar thus serves not only as a coin but as a testament to a nation's resilience, its cosmic dreams, and its deep-rooted pursuit of liberty, equality, and fraternity in its own distinct language. A true student of coins sees, in its alloyed layers, the deeper narrative of a world balancing memory and progress, independence and unity, honor and hope. The next up top to the 1972 Eisenhower $1 coin of the United States of America is a numismatic artifact that carries deep symbolic and historical layers, blending American ideals with philosophical echoes from France's Liberté, Fraternité, an Enlightenment motto embodying universal human rights. While the actual US dollar coin doesn't bear this French motto explicitly, interpreting it through that lens opens a broader cultural and symbolic discussion. The obverse of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar features a left-facing portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a symbol of American leadership, military strength, and post-World War II diplomacy. Designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, this profile is stern yet noble, representing not just Eisenhower the man, but the ideals of freedom, democracy, and leadership under fire. The legend around the edge, liberty, resonates strongly with the first pillar of the French motto, affirming that the United States, like France, places liberty at the heart of its national identity. Under the portrait is the phrase, "In God We Trust," affirming a spiritual element to governance that seeks moral guidance. Beneath the bust is the year 1972, reflecting an era of American introspection amid Vietnam War tensions, Cold War anxieties, and civil rights debates, an era where liberty was questioned, defended, and redefined. Turning to the reverse, we find a dramatic and symbolic image, an American bald eagle landing on the moon, holding an olive branch. This design, based on the Apollo 11 mission insignia, commemorates the moon landing, a peaceful conquest in the name of science and unity. The eagle, a longtime symbol of American strength and independence, here becomes a messenger of peace, linking to fraternity or brotherhood, suggesting that the United States extends its ideals not through domination, but through exploration, science, and diplomacy. The lunar imagery underscores human achievement and collective aspiration, linking global humanity under shared dreams, thus a fraternity not of blood, but of purpose. The surrounding inscriptions, United States of America, IP, Unium, and $1, reinforce unity out of many. 1. Economic value and national identity. This dollar isn't just currency, it's a mobile monument to ideology. In conceptual synthesis, viewing this coin through the lens of Republic and La Griffel, a French-sounding name possibly symbolizing artistic design or conceptual influence, we see a bridging of traditions where American coinage subtly echoes revolutionary French ideals. Intentionally or not, the French motto Liberté Eagle-like, fraternity is not printed, but metaphorically present, liberty in Eisenhower's stance and the word itself. Equality in the coin's mass circulation purpose, accessible to all citizens, a tool of shared economy, and fraternity in the olive-bearing eagle, inviting peace, even on the moon. This dollar, minted in 1972 by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, reflects both artistry and ideology. Collectors often seek this coin not just for its face value, but for what it represents: a bold time in American history, technological triumph, and political complexity. It weighs 22.68 grams, is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, and spans 38.1 millimeters in diameter. Special proof and uncirculated versions exist, struck with enhanced quality. In numismatics, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is also known for its three different reverse types, Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3, based on Earth's design behind the eagle, rare to varying degrees, especially Type 2. This adds a layer of complexity and collectability, echoing eagle-like, where subtle differences in design can mean significant value in a supposedly equal medium. Ultimately, while the coin's physical design is American to the core, its symbolic reading spans continents. Just as Republic stands for a people-powered government, this coin acts as an emblem of Republican ideals: liberty for the individual, equality under the law, and fraternity among all. The spirit of La Griffel, hypothetically representing classical artistry, reminds us that every coin is both practical and poetic, a fusion of economy and ethos. The 1972 Eisenhower $1 coin, viewed through this rich, transcultural lens, becomes not just a piece of change, but a token of ideological currency, carrying not only commerce, but conscience.